Hello, and welcome to Studio A. I'm Ethan Vaught. Joining me today are Mariah Whitley, Kason Asher, Connor Champagne, and Lindy Cochran. We'll have stories about a support group for students who deal with a number of different issues. I'll look at LGBT culture in San Marcos, and Texas State's championship volleyball team. All those stories and more coming up next on Studio A. Some students carry a lot of baggage with them when they come to Texas State. One such student was Emily Lopez, who constantly suffers when it comes to her health. Connor Champagne visited with her.
Ethan, Emily's an extreme example of what some students find when they come to the campus in terms of health.
Emily Lopez is a student at Texas State who suffers from a number of different illnesses. She has generalized anxiety disorder, depression, type 2 bipolar disorder, fibromyalgia, and PCOS, which stands for polycystic ovary syndrome.
Anxiety and depression affect me every day, just from like intrusive thoughts or worriness, because I tend to worry a lot. And then with the fibromyalgia, I can get pain every day, or not so much one day, or so much the other. It just depends on like the weather and how I'm doing.
Lopez maintains a number of different support networks. She has seen multiple counselors and been through a number of different support programs. Lopez also is a member of an on-campus organization called I Am That Girl, which focuses on topics ranging from feminism to mental health.
Our meetings are a way to talk about those struggles and for us to support each other and to recognize that, oh, I'm going through that exact same thing too. Oh, well, I've been through that, and so let me offer you my advice on how I got through that. So I think it's we're able to bounce off each other when we meet.
Lopez has suffered from different occasions of suicidal thoughts. She has cut herself in the past, but has stopped short of taking her own life. She says it's because part of her still has hope that pushes her to keep going. For Studio A, I'm Connor Champagne.
Do you think these support groups are in helping students cope with stress?
Well, off-campus programs are probably a little better than on-campus programs. On-campus groups like I Am That Girl can be successful, but off-campus it costs a little money, so not all students can do it. But on-campus, you're very limited in the amount of counseling you can seek and other resources as well.
Texas State prides itself on its diversity and LGBT community. But what does San Marcos have to offer for LGBT students? Caitlin Stubbs took a look.
Texas State is known for its diverse student and faculty population. It values the differences in the cultures, regions, genders, sexualities, and other characteristics within the community with pride. On campus, the Office of Student Diversity and Inclusion, or SDI, provides programs for underrepresented students to promote interaction within the communities. The Comedy Association has open mic night at Buzzmill each week to showcase the diverse talent the community has to offer. Stand-up comic Norma Villatoro says discrimination is not a big issue here.
I actually don't see much discrimination in San Marcos. I feel that San Marcos is actually a very open place and very accepting place.
Off-campus, Stonewall Warehouse, named after the Stonewall riots that occurred in 1969, is the city's first and only gay bar. Matthew Cannon has done a drag queen story hour at Wake the Dead. He says being different is important.
In San Marcos, in the world, in Texas, and anywhere in the United States, there's a bunch of frickin' Cheerios. But you need to be a Fruit Loop. I told them. Be a Fruit Loop, an entire world of Cheerios.
For more information regarding programs and organizations available on campus, you can visit the SDI website. For Studio A, I'm Caitlin Stubbs.
So, Kason, I like to go to Stonewall when I want to go dancing. Have you ever been there?
I haven't personally been, no, but I think it's great that there's a safe place for events like this for the LGBT community.
Cinema lovers got together last week for the second annual Lost River Film Festival here in San Marcos. Lindy Cochran went to learn more about this emerging event.
Yes, like you said, Ethan, it's still very new, only being in its second year of existence. It's hosted by the San Marcos Cinema Club, and it's 4 days dedicated to experiencing thought-provoking indie cinema of all kinds. The Lost River Film Festival combines memorable screenings of new short and feature-length films alongside Q&As and interactive events. The festival aims to entertain, enlighten, and educate viewers with the perspectives of various filmmakers from across the globe.
We often try to showcase films that are historically neglected from traditional movie theaters as well as film fests, certainly wanting to highlight films that explore issues of social justice, films made by women, by people of color, by queer filmmakers, and others who often don't have the same access.
Julian Montez screened his first feature film in a one-day-only event. His film Wind, which he wrote at 16 and directed at 17, tells the story of a boy becoming a man by creating a film in an attempt to handle his problems.
What I want people to take away from it is that, if you really care about something, you should just sort of have fun with it and pursue it and just have a good time. And when bad things happen in your life, you just sort of have to keep going.
One thing that sets this film festival apart from others is its focus on balancing community engagement with the silver screen. Saturday's Wheels and Reels event combined wheel-themed cinema with live demonstrations from former X-Game BMX riders, the San Marcos River Rollers, and the Unicycle Football League.
I think it's really cool. I really enjoyed watching the BMX people and all the unicycles and the roller derby. I think that was super cool. Everything is really, really nice.
Overall, people who attend the festival get a deeper sense of appreciation of how others think.
It's really just a great chance to kind of see the art and the ideas that are coming out from our fellow Homo sapiens occupying this planet, and they're all films that have been made in the past year. So it's new content from all corners of the globe.
The Lost River Film Festival will be back next year, but until then, viewers can go to the San Marcos Cinema Club's Facebook page for upcoming events and screenings. For Studio A, I'm Lindy Cochran.
So, Lindy, what other programs are they going to have with the San Marcos Cinema Club?
Well, in the spring, they have a 72-hour film race where entrants show up on a Thursday, find out what their film is going to be about, and then work just throughout the weekend. And then on Sunday, they screen those films. And they also do a music flicks from the 666 series where local artists can get together with editors and create a local music video, and then they screen those as well.
Cool, I love local bands.
Coming up, a look at Dia de los Muertos, a Texas State alumnus who runs the San Antonio Spurs broadcasting operations, and this year's homecoming at Texas State. We'll be back right after this message.
In the United States alone, there are approximately 7.6 million pets a year that enter a local animal shelter. Of that number, only about 2.7 million animals actually leave the system. This is Stella. She's one of the lucky ones. She is a 1-year-old golden retriever border collie mix. She enjoys long walks on the San Marcos trails, hanging out with friends, prancing through the grass, and being a loyal companion to her owner. However, she wasn't always this happy. She was found outside, abandoned, and left all alone. But thanks to the San Marcos Regional Animal Shelter, Stella was given another chance to find a new home, where she could be loved, cared for, and happy. Every dog deserves a home. Create your own story and change the life of not only an animal, but yours as well. For more information, you can call the shelter at 512-805-2650 or visit them in person at 750 River Road in San Marcos, Texas.
November is an important month for Mexican culture because that's when they celebrate Day of the Dead. Angelica Cruz joined in the festivities.
Dia de los Muertos is a Mexican holiday celebrated on November 2nd in remembrance of the lives of those who have passed on. San Marcos celebrated with a 5K run at Hernandez Elementary School. The event held its 6th annual 5K, and every year the event honors a member of the community that has passed on. Parts of the proceeds are donated to the Johnny T. Rosales Memorial Scholarship, which gives out scholarships to at least 3 seniors in the local San Marcos high schools. A donation is also made to the Hispanic Cultural Center in San Marcos. Those in attendance could bring a picture of their loved one and place it on a traditional Dia de los Muertos altar, decorated with candles and sugar skulls, and also held pictures of past honorees. Many who participated in the 5K ran to honor this year's honoree, Ofelia Vasquez Filo, a San Marcos citizen who had attended and helped with the event in the past. Others took part for the exercise and to enjoy the day's celebrations.
Try to run just to run and get better at my running, just like health-wise, and stay healthy and work out. I'm trying to get better at doing 5Ks. This is only like my 4th one maybe, so just trying to stay good with it. And I like the theme too, the Dia de los Muertos theme, so that's why I did it too.
The morning was packed with many activities such as face paint for the runners, games for the kids, and after the run, attendees enjoyed music and dancing, and the event concluded with an award ceremony. For Studio A, this is Angelica Cruz.
Don't say that.
A bright gold shipping container sits on campus and looks a little bit out of place. But Mariah Whitley says if you go in, you can interact with people from all over the world.
Yes, Ethan, it's a portal that takes you to a virtual world. Instead of spending lots of money traveling to Africa or the Caribbean, all you have to do is step inside and take a look. The Texas State Portal is a gold shipping container that uses audio and visual technology to connect students around the world.
The technology is actually really simple. It's just like there are these lights. There is it's just a projector and a computer, and we use like Zoom, so it's kind of like FaceTiming, but I try to not think about it that way because it's very different also.
Many students walk past this shipping container every day and have no idea what it's used for. The Texas State Portal offers students a variety of cultural benefits.
I think just the ability to speak globally and just connect with other students, other people that you normally wouldn't have the opportunity to or experience to on the Texas State campus. I think it's an important way for classes, especially language classes, to be able to speak with native speakers.
The portal is run by Texas State Galleries and the School of Art and Design here on campus. You can find this gold shipping container located on the quad between Evans and Flowers Hall. The Texas State Portal will remain open from now until December 14th. For Studio A, this is Mariah Whitley.
So Mariah, you've been to the portal. Of all the countries that you visited, what would be your favorite?
I would have to say that Rwanda was my favorite. You definitely got to see the culture, and just talking to people in a different country is pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
Texas State can lay claim to lots of outstanding graduates. One alumnus who has made his mark is a man named Mike Ciccarillo. Connor Champagne shot a story about him.
Ethan? Mike is a prominent Texas State grad, largely because of his regular job as director of broadcasting for the San Antonio Spurs. Ashley Galvan reports.
Mike Ciccarillo is one of Texas State's distinguished alumni and has recently been inducted into the KTSW Hall of Fame. He started at KTSW, then called Cat Radio in 1985. He now serves as the director of broadcasting for the Spurs.
So I went straight to work, post-graduation, moved to San Antonio. At the time, KSAT, Channel 12, was the flagship TV station of the Spurs. They had 41 of their games on each season. And so a lot of the production for the Spurs was through KSAT. And I just kind of took it upon myself to do some work there on their shows. And after a while, the Spurs came to me. They had an opening and asked if I wanted to come join them. But then I became a game producer, a game director. And then after several years of doing that, they elevated me to director of broadcasting.
Ciccarillo has been with the Spurs for 28 seasons, going on his 29th, and has served as the director of broadcasting for 18 years and as senior director for 3. Ciccarillo's accomplishments also include a short tenure at KSAT, as well as several shows he produced before moving into the Spurs game production.
The Tritus one is the crew that I work with every day. They're awesome. We have so much fun doing what we do. There's such joy in what we do. And it's always a highlight.
Ciccarillo's team is comprised of a lot of Texas State graduates and alumnus. By the end of the season, Ciccarillo will have worked around 2,600 games for the Spurs. Ciccarillo says that getting noticed by the team with coverage of them is a great way to get hired. For Studio A, I'm Ashley Galvan.
After the break, we'll have a story about the Sun Belt Conference volleyball champs. That's us. And the Soapbox Derby is alive and well at Texas State Homecoming. Back with those stories in just a minute.
Located on Spring Lake, the Meadow Center at Texas State University strives to encourage environmental awareness through laboratory research, education, service, and stewardship. Home to 8 endangered species, Spring Lake is one of the most diverse aquatic ecosystems in the southwestern U.S. The Meadow Center promotes community involvement with the help of volunteer groups in efforts to preserve the spring's pristine quality of life. One of the Meadow Center's most unique activities is their glass-bottom boat tours, where people of all ages are given the opportunity to explore the natural beauty of Spring Lake. Passengers on board will see underwater life that includes a variety of species including fish, turtles, and dense vegetation. The Discovery Hall features interactive exhibits and a 1,000-gallon aquarium of fish found in Spring Lake. Visitors can further appreciate and learn to establish a better understanding of Spring Lake's rare ecosystem after exploring this one-of-a-kind hall. For more information, visit the Meadow Center's website and explore Spring Lake today.
The regular volleyball season wraps up this weekend, and Texas State is the champion of the Sun Belt Conference. Kason Asher says there's a very good reason for our success.
That's right, Ethan. It's our coach. I got to be the photographer on a story about Karen Chisholm. Caroline Zito reports.
For 39 seasons, Karen Chisholm has been the head coach for Texas State volleyball. Known for perseverance and dedication, she is the second longest tenured coach at one school across all 3 NCAA divisions. Many of her players say it is an honor to play for her.
She's awesome. I've been with her for 4 years now, and she pushes me to my limits every single day. She believes in every single one of us, and she knows what we can achieve.
She's exciting, she's very energetic, and she just wants the best for us, not only on the court, but for us people too.
Coach Chisholm emphasizes that the kids and the people are what have kept her around.
This is a great place to be. In addition, I have surrounded myself with good people. My staff, Tracy has been with me now 17 years, I think, and Sean 15. When you surround yourself with good people, good things happen. Great school, great academics. It's a great place to be. I am blessed, and I am a Bobcat.
This year has been quite the season for the Bobcats, with a 17-match winning streak, winning the Sun Belt Volleyball West Division title for the second year, and then becoming the regular season champions. There is one more week until the Sun Belt Conference Championship. For Studio A, I'm Caroline Zito.
So, Kason, what's the atmosphere like at the volleyball games?
Well, I've been to quite a few, and they're a lot of fun, lots of high energy. We're really good at volleyball, so it's awesome to see our team just march on to victory.
Students and alumni alike rejoiced when we defeated New Mexico State in our homecoming game on the 27th. But homecoming isn't just about football. It's a week we celebrate memories and traditions. I went to check out one of Texas State's oldest homecoming rituals. Here in Texas, we love football. Our college rivalries are legendary, and homecoming is a week-long event. While Texas State is no exception, an unlikely tradition has stolen the spotlight. For many Texas State students, the highlight of the week isn't the homecoming game, but the annual Soapbox Derby. Dorms, fraternities, and student organizations come together to compete in this death-defying downhill race to see just whose design is the fastest. First started in 1967 by the Interfraternity Council, the Soapbox Derby has remained one of Texas State's most popular traditions. I spoke to SACA President Esha Muhammad to find out more.
Yeah, so Soapbox Derby is actually, this year it's our 51st Soapbox Derby, so it's an annual tradition that happens every year. It's the most popular and longest one throughout homecoming week, so we do see the most attendance during Soapbox Derby. People actually like to think that it's mostly freshmen because we have a lot of residence halls that participate, and those are mostly freshmen, but we have a lot of student organizations from all over campus here, so we actually have various people from freshmen to seniors, transfers. We have a lot of faculty and staff that come out too.
The Derby is divided into 3 brackets: Greek, residence halls, and chartered student organizations, with the winner of each bracket competing in a final race to take home the trophy and bragging rights for the year. This year, that trophy went home with the non-traditional student organization. Texas State University police were also at the Derby handing out free hot dogs. With a long heritage of popularity and sportsmanship, it's safe to say this Texas State tradition can only get bigger.
Ethan, what was one of your favorite things about the Soapbox Derby?
Well, Mariah, good designs for a Soapbox Derby car are timeless. So you'll see a lot of the designs from the 60s, 70s, and even 80s still work well today. And a lot of those cars don't look very different from when we first started out. That's all we have on this edition of Studio A. For Mariah Whitley, Kason Asher, Connor Champagne, and Lindy Cochran. I'm Ethan Vaught. Our next show will be in 3 weeks. Until then, check us out on YouTube.